It's week 3 of the National Football League. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Ravens and the Cowboys. Coming up next.
We've been here so many times, and you still stand in awe at the size of this place. We're at AT&T Stadium. Welcome to Arlington, Texas. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott. And Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over him for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
Both teams riding 2-0 starts here. One will get the turkey and move to 3-0 as week 3 gets underway. Short kick gathered in at the 15. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So here come the Cowboys for their opening drive. Bringing him out, coming off one of his best seasons as a pro, an MVP runner-up finish in year number 9, Dak Prescott.
I don't think I'm alone in this, Kate. To me, Dak is one of the easiest players to root for their success in the NFL. I think for me and for many others, well, it's based on all he's overcome, from tough playoff losses to significant injuries. But his leadership, his stats, his ability to play like an MVP in big moments, at his best, he really is all you could ever ask for.
We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here, what he was able to do in support of that win. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Yeah, here we go.
Here's Dak. Well secured by Brandon Cooks. And he's out of bounds after pushing just past the 40. 1st and 10 from the 41.
Yeah.
Trying an inside give to Elliott. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Off the play fake, it's Prescott. Brought in by Jake Ferguson. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him. Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
On the toss, here's Elliott. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Justin Matabike making that stop. Looks like no gain on 2nd down, and that leads us to 3rd and 6.
I don't mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, or in that case a toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Cowboys punting it away here on 4th, and it's the long-time vet Brian Engeron now. He punted 4 times last week in the win, and his first of this week is away. So the Ravens offense taking over for the first time here. And they're brought out by the reigning MVP, the 2nd of his career, the best runner in the game. It's Lamar Jackson.
As you're running onto the field with this kind of field position as a quarterback, you're reminded yourself and your huddle, hey, let's be disciplined. Got to be on the details here. Got to take care of the football. And also encourage them and let them know that script you've been working on all week, well, there's a lot of field and there's a lot of plays ahead of them. Go and put a score on the board.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss. All right, here we go. Second down. Running once more with Henry. And he gets this out only to about the 6-yard line. It's a gain of 3 after the loss, but still 3rd and 8 to work with. Back to throw. Here's Jackson. Finds him over the middle. And he'll get this up to the 18-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. They motion the slot man right. First down throw for Jackson. His pass is complete. That's Zay Flowers. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that'll be first down, Baltimore. They go play fake with Jackson. Complete Derrick Henry. And this one doesn't go far.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Second down now, 7 to go. Lamar throwing again. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense, who puts a sack on the board.
The Ravens going to punt this away, and here's Jordan Stout to handle that boot. Oh, my, low kick and short. He completely mishit this one. And the punt team downs this one just inside the 40. This, our last play of the quarter.
Yeah! There we go!
1st and 10, Prescott. Into traffic, complete. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. The rangy Kyle Hamilton getting there for the stop. Second quarter all set to begin, and it'll be Cowboys football. They start with 2nd and 6. Gage makes the catch. And that's good for a gain of 5. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith. 3rd and a lone yard coming up.
Yeah! There we go! 26!
Prescott here from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Those 3rd and short blitzes, you just want chaos. You just want to disrupt the clock and the timing of everybody offensively, and the defense got the job done.
They'll go with another punt, which brings Brian Anger back to the field. Deontay Hardy to return this for the Ravens. Ravens flying in, and they block it! And that return comes to an end as they touch him down.
There was some vulnerability right up the middle, a punter's nightmare, and that's exactly where they attacked. Pressure got through, got a straight shot at the punter, who couldn't get it off in time.
Now we'll get set to see the Baltimore offense for the 2nd time. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Lamar off the play fake. This is caught by Isaiah Likely. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 22 on that one. And that will set up 1st and goal. They'll run here with Henry. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4. So we'll take a pause for the injury, and that looks like Derrick Henry, who's in need of some assistance out there. Ball at the 2 here for 2nd and goal. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the 1st half. Second chance at 6 here. It's 2nd and goal. Hill. And he runs it across. Touchdown. The Ravens get the game's first points here in the 2nd. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even in early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Justin Tucker to try the point after. Right down the middle. It's good. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. On the return, here's Rico Dowdle. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Cowboys about set to take over. Still in search of their first points as we work our way through the middle of this game. The score 7-0. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Yeah! Here we go.
1st down, here's Dak. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Here we go.
And they send a man in motion. Throwing again is Dak.
That defense, it'll give up that completion every time. They don't just like it, they love it, because it creates a fun little race between everybody coming downhill to go make that tackle, or in this case, run him right out of bounds.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Dak now from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. The Cowboys setting out their punting unit. And he's going to try to avoid having a second one blocked here. And they're through again to block another punt. Now they've got it inside the 10.
You could see the vulnerability right up the middle from the jump, and that's exactly where the special teams attacked. Pressure got through, had a straight shot right at the punter, who couldn't get it off in time.
Now the Ravens all set for another possession. And talk about a dream position, Brock. Heading out with 1st and goal waiting for them. A fantastic block creates a great opportunity now as they're starting out 1st and goal. They give right side to Henry. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one and brings up 3rd down. Here's Lamar. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that sack going to cost them some yardage. Staring at fourth down, the Ravens will go with Justin Tucker to try for 3. Ball on the right hash for this 36-yard look.
You always feel like you leave a few points on the field when you kick it from here, but they don't wind up empty-handed on the drive. And the kicker, well, he gets to pad his stats a little bit with a high percentage make.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Dowdle now to return it. He stopped on the return at the 27. Another drive coming up for this Dallas offensive unit. They now trail by double digits after that last score, Bronk. It's 10-0 partway through here.
Yeah, here we go.
Here's Prescott, 1st and 10. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Bronk. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play. There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Yeah!
Prescott now on 3rd down. He's going to push one deep. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away just as they did.
They've got 1st down from the 31. From the gun, Jackson. Finds his man. It's Rashad Bateman. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. Now, hang on. Looks like somebody came out after that play a little shaken up. Not sure we saw exactly what happened, but he'll get some assistance now. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Hauled in left side. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Has it in close. Touchdown, Baltimore. Tucker on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Ravens take a 3-possession lead. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Dowdle now to return it. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. Well, we've already seen some nice plays here, and we're going to see plenty more before this game ends. But you might be thinking, with plays like that, my guys' ratings should be better. Well, you're not alone. You got a chance to let the Madden ratings hotline know just what you're thinking. Give them a call, 1-844-MADDEN-1, and make your case for who should get a boost. Throwing on first is Prescott. That's going to be caught by Cooks. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith. Offense to the line for second down.
Yeah, here we go.
From the gun is Prescott. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's second. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on third down. Elliott straight ahead. And he found space up to the 28 before going down. It's a gain of 7 yards, and now it's fourth down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Brian Anger on now to punt. And he's had real difficulties getting kicks away in this one. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. That punt goes 63 yards. And the Ravens will go on offense. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Jackson throwing here. He throws a bullet down the right sideline. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Throwing again is Lamar. He's loaded another one up. He's got it deep downfield. He does it. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens boat racing them to the halftime locker room. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up. You can find pay dirt.
Tucker able to tack on the extra point. And the Ravens make it a 24-point ball game. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Dowdle now to return it. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. The Cowboys taking over on offense. Not much time left before halftime. And losing by 3 scores, they'll have a final chance to take at least 3 off the deficit before halftime. 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Yeah, here we go. I think.
Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. So second down coming up. Now Prescott. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Back to throw. Here's Dak. He has the first over the middle. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Prior to first down, they decide to call a timeout. Dak throwing again. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Working quickly here. Another throw for Prescott. He's on the move. He can run it. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. And he missed it. It's no good. And that miss follows the pattern of how well things have gone for them here.
He was hitting from that distance pregame. Heck, we were on the field watching it, and they were confident he could do so again. Just did not work out this time around.
The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. He'll throw it. And this falls incomplete with just 2 seconds remaining. One last play before the break. He's back to throw. And he's not going to get something done. They take him down. So that's how our first half's going to end. A momentum-building play for their defense.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. More from you and Brock in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll get started up at Cleveland Browns Stadium in Cleveland, where it was the Giants who were able to come away with the road victory. Devin Singletary, a touchdown run in the victory. From there, we'll make the trip down to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And it was the visiting Chicago Bears who come away with the victory. Keenan Allen, 2 touchdown catches in the victory. Lastly, let's get to Pittsburgh to check on the Steelers at home in Acrisure Stadium. And they were winners in that one over the visiting LA Chargers. Justin Fields, 2 touchdown passes as his guys remain unbeaten. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly. These two teams making their final adjustments for the second half ahead. It's time to get back at it. For the call, let's rejoin Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the third quarter. Aubrey now to kick this one away. On the return, here comes Justice Hill. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Ravens and Lamar Jackson ready to go again on offense. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Pass into the hands of Mark Andrews. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
This is Henry on 2nd. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up. Baltimore lined up in punt formation. And this was certainly a miss hit, low and pretty short. Fair catch is made, a yard or 2 short of midfield. Offense headed back out there now for Dallas. Well, we all know at this point, turnovers the big problem for them in this game, Brock. And not surprisingly, the defense has capitalized on those mistakes on more than one occasion to their benefit.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that can be tough to win football games in spite of, right? But over the test of time, turnovers are the #1 thing that cost you games, especially after that first one. Once there's blood in the water, you feel it with the defense. They get all over you, trying to force another turnover and another and another.
And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. The rookie from Clemson in on that stop. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5.
Yeah, here we go.
Once again, Elliott. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
You spring a big gain like that, Kate, on the interior. 9 times out of 10, that O-line decisively won their matchup with the big fellas up front. They got those pads down. They created leverage, and they opened up that running lane.
And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Reaches the 40. Hits the 20. And forget the interception. He makes this a pick-6 touchdown. Wow, talk about aggressive coverage, Brock, to have somebody in position for a pick behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, this quarterback is never going to take that short pass for granted again. That is usually one you do in your sleep. He's just now going to be restless in his sleep thinking about it.
Tucker on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Ravens continue piling onto this lead. A quick chance at redemption after that pick-6 as it's sent away. Dowdle now to return it. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. The Cowboys and quarterback Dak Prescott ready to get back to work. And as we can see here, it hasn't been the easiest game for him to operate out there, right? Number of rough moments for him. This defense able to pick him off twice to highlight their performance against him. 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Yeah! Here we go! What do you think? What do you think?
Back to the air. Prescott after that pick. Gage makes the catch. He's got to gain a 6 there. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Yeah!
At the 35-yard line.
Handoff headed left to Elliott. He's contained at the line for no gain. Giving that tackle to Kyle Van Noy. No gain on the play, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5.
Yeah, here we go! What do you think? What do you think? What do you think?
Prescott here from the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll be out of bounds at his own 45. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. First down, here's Dak. On target to his man Gage. And he takes it up and across midfield into Ravens territory.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Escapes the pocket. Breaks through, and he might break away. And he slides down with enough to pick up that 1st. It's a pickup of 11. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas. Markers reset, ball at the 37.
Here we go! What do you think?
1st and 10, Prescott. Escapes out to the left. He gets a little something out of it before sliding to a stop. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Yeah! Here we go! What do you think? What do you think?
From the 34. Getting out to his left. Oh, he loses the football. And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play.
Well, sure, you're looking to try to get a 1st down on 2nd down. You're trying to create a manageable 3rd down, but I'll tell you what you're not trying to do, ever, is give the ball away. And that's what the offense does to the defense right there.
We see the Ravens making their way out now. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this 3rd quarter. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Throwing now, following the turnover. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. That was Zay Flowers, the intended receiver. And it sets up second down.
Hey, Alpha, it's hot! It's hot! Hot!
From the gun, Jackson. He's got it over the middle. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Brought down by Deron Bland. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Again, it's Jackson to the air. Connects with Bateman. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. We're going to have a stoppage here as we look to see that's Rashad Bateman, who was injured on the play. He's being tended to. And again, it's Jackson. Completed to Flowers. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Tackle made by Trayvon Diggs. Thankfully, only 1 quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. It's the Ravens with possession and a big enough lead already. They can probably coast the rest of the way.
Ready?
2nd and 6 coming up here. Lamar throwing again. Finds him over the middle. And they bring him down around the 34. It appears all that prep work and studying that you quarterbacks love to do in the build-up to the game, Brock, it has certainly paid off. This guy has picked apart this defense much of the contest.
This is one of those games you appreciate. There's going to be peaks, there's going to be valleys, there's going to be mountaintops. Just like pitchers don't have all their stuff every time out, well, when you do and you're electric, it's sure fun to play.
And he's stopped at the 31-yard line.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
To the left side, caught by Andrews. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Here's Henry on the option, and he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign where they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
From the 16. It's inside the 10. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I know it from the position of the quarterback, Kate. Sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
And down he goes. The Cowboy defense gets it done. Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction.
This defense has been trying like mad to do anything to disrupt the rhythm, get the QB off his spot. It's got to be a massive relief to see their efforts paid off on that play.
Bullock's kick is good. And the lead continues to grow and grow.
Get another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Short kick here, fielded at the 15. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Cowboys offense now headed back to the field. And with this loss already assured, they at least want to find some points and avoid being shut out. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Yeah!
To throw is Prescott. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Short pass brought in. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Prescott now to throw on 3rd down. Throwing the out route complete. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
13 yards on the play. And the Cowboys, first down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Prescott will look to throw. Brought in by Elliott. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. We've reached the 2-minute warning from Dallas. Cowboys hoping to do some window dressing in the time remaining. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42.
Yeah, here we go. I take.
Another throw for Prescott. This one finds Gage. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's good for a Cowboys 1st down. Dak throwing again. Completed over the middle. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10. Cut near the goal line. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Back now, pressure on its way. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And they're headed in reverse after that sack.
Now 2nd and goal at the 11-yard line.
Driven backward to the 11 as they line up for 2nd and goal. Another try following the sack. The shot to the end zone is incomplete.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back into rhythm.
3rd and goal, Prescott. And oh, he got it! Interception! Picked up by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens will take over as this gets brought out to the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Henry gets it here to start the drive. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4. So the Ravens will fly home with the win. And they're continuing to survive among the final remaining unbeaten teams across the NFL, as they're now up to a 3-0 start. So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner Brock Heward and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens are your winners as we say so long from Dallas.